Yeah, start please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Lakshmi Bhattacharya from the Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Welcome everyone to this webinar on the topic Initial Public Offering versus Initial Coin Offering. And this is organized by the Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India today. And we have with us as eminent speaker today, CMA Dr. P. Sivaramaprasad sir. He is the former Assistant General Manager, State Bank of India. We welcome you, sir. And from the Institute, our Chairman, Sir, CMA Chattopadhyay, sir. He is in absentia today as he is currently busy in an urgent meeting. And we have with us CMA Dibyendu Roy, who is Additional Director and HOD of our BFSI board. We welcome our HOD, sir. And we also have with us our BFSI team members. So we welcome all of you. So just before we start, we are playing the Institute anthem first, and then we will continue with the session.
तमा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय.
So now I would request CMA Dibyendu Roy, Additional Director and HOD of our BFSI board, to give the welcome.
Thank you, Indrakshi. I welcome CMA Dr. P. Prasad, who is the former AGM of State Bank of India, for taking today's session on the topic of IPO versus ICO. We know IPO as initial public offering, which is a mechanism by companies to raise capital from the market. But we have very less knowledge about ICO, which is initial coin offering, which is also a mechanism by which cryptocurrency uh, way of raising money from the investors. And the detailed manner of the difference between IPO and ICO will be explained in today's webinar by Dr. Shiva Prasad sir. And with this, we welcome sir. Today is the
Thank you.
first webinar for this month. And I hand over the session to sir to take the further proceedings. Over to you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, good evening to all. This is an interesting subject. Everybody knows about IPOs, but some little bit of knowledge is there in ICOs. Today, the fast developments are happening in the technology front. Earlier, if you want to transfer some 4,000 rupees to your account to another account, example I am quoting, then at that time, no ATMs, no internet banking, no mobile banking, nothing. The customer has to go to the branch, stand in the queue, give the check, prepare the check, and prepare which account the amount is to be transferred. Then he has to stand in the queue. After his turn is coming, then he has to hand over. Then the concerned clerk, they will enter into the system or register. Then he will go, that check will go to the backside, that is officer, he will pause. Then the account will be, the amount will be transferred from your account into another account. At that time, technology is not there. Today, if you want to transfer 4,000 rupees, either Phone Pay or Google Pay or QR code, all are there. And instantly, within a minute or half minute, you can transfer the funds from your account to your friend's account or relative's account. So the technology gives that much comfort to the customers. But in particularly capital market, still the technology is not up to the mark. But in developed countries, the initial coin offering is there instead of initial public offering. Initial public offering, so many steps are there. It is a laborious process. Months together it will run. Sometimes if permissions are not available, it will take 6 months or so. If all permissions are on hand, okay, it may complete within 3 months or so, subject to so many conditions. But initial coin offering is a simple task. Today, everybody is liking crowdfunding. What is meant by crowdfunding? Suppose one company requires 200 crores and within a short span of time, 200 crores can be mobilized. But even initial coin offering also, take for example, in developed countries also, some regulations are there. It is not zero regulations, but some regulations are there. But that's why I will discuss about initial public offer, how many laborious tasks and how simplification of initial coin offering in the countries, other countries, that I will discuss in detail. Take for example, today the MSMEs, startups, if the funds are required, they have to wait 6 months. And so many permissions are required. Like they have to apply for ROC or Securities Exchange Board of India or stock exchanges. If at all it is a listing, all these things, it will take a minimum of 3 to 4 months. If an idea is generated in my mind to start a business, if it has this much a lengthy process is there, after that, that changes are happening in the product. If at all I started after 6 months, after mobilization fund, in the meantime, number of players will enter into the market. So that's why the government has think about this one, particularly for MSMEs and the startups. Technology based initial public offer is required. But the same model is available, that is initial coin offering. And I will discuss in detail about these two concepts up to 6 o'clock. Then you will get a idea what is meant by initial coin offering, how it is better than the initial public offer. Now coming to today, any investor, whether you or me or any investor, always demands low cost price of acquisition of funds. If I require funds, instantly I should be get it. Even in banks also, earlier, to get a car loan or housing loan, months together, sometimes 3 months, 4 months. Today, every bank is advertising, we will give the car loan within 24 hours. Some banks within 12 hours. If at all you require any personal loans, instantly without documentations. This is based on the technology. Why not the same technology to be adopted for investment side also, like shares, bonds, debentures. The SEBI, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the Ministry of Finance, they have to give some guidelines in this regard, or the particularly the government should take initiatives. Speedy delivery. If at all my thought arises, the investor, he want to, suppose, take for example, one investor is there, he want to invest in X company. IPO started after 6 months only or 3 months only, after that initial public offer closes, then only his fate will be decided whether I am going to get shares or not. Till such time, the funds are blocked. Some companies book building process, this one underwriting process, all these things are there. Hassle free. Whenever I am investing, it should be hassle free. Daily basis, I should track. Even if you purchase any big basket of Jepto, or whether the scooter who is carrying that my products, how many kilometers, how many minutes it will reach to my destination, or all these things on account of technology. Why not for the financial products also? Quality of investments. Today I want to sell it, or tomorrow I want to sell it. Instantly the secondary market is available. Today the market is also not at 10 to 5. It should be the round the clock. Even today banking transactions are 24/7. If you want night at 2 o'clock also, you can transact. You can transact the funds from your account to another account. That much quality of investment, that much of the technology services that are expected by so many investors. High returns. If at all I am invested in any company, if the dividend rate is 8%, it is better to invest in banks. Why should I invest? When I am taking a risk, my returns should be more. And technology oriented. Today, all are technology oriented. Even in rural areas also, the people are techno savvy people. Technology oriented. So the technology ports fulfills the above requirement of the investors. Today, if at all you go there, fill up that one online, and after that book building process or underwriting process, so many steps are there. People don't like it. But in developed countries, to get the funds through the particularly for capital, share capital, instead of IPOs, they are following ICOs. 5 cryptocurrencies Mr. Trump, US President, wants to US to hold in government reserves. Some other countries, they're talking crypto, that is a dangerous. Even though it is a secured one, it is a blockchain technology platform. No. But the government itself in the reserves, cryptocurrency is 5 currencies they have identified. These 5 currencies, why? Because it is appreciating. Government is also today, their funds should be appreciated. Because if at all you take average 6% inflation, your return should be more than 6%. If at all you got a 8% return minus 6% inflation, the net return you are getting only 2%, not 8%. That's why that is called a net interest income. So even US President Mr. Trump also told that government should have the 5 cryptocurrencies, whether it is Ethereum or Bitcoin, like that. The March 3, 2025, recently, that is this month only, during the first week of this month, that is hardly 3 days back, the Reuters information. US President Donald Trump has named 5 cryptocurrencies. He wants to be part of a new strategic reserve. Strategic thinking is required to run the governments. In other words, crypto holdings owned by the US government. Some countries are telling that is a dangerous. But the government, US government, they want to hold that currency, the cryptocurrency in their reserves. The reserves are to be used by the government in contingency, emergency time. That is that type of the cryptocurrencies are XRP, SOL, ADA, Bitcoin, Ethereum. All are cryptocurrencies only. Now in the US reserve, this is the 5 currencies are there. But in India, our reserves manages Indian foreign currency reserves, which is made of foreign currency assets. Gold is there, special drawing rights. Normally, SDRs are to be deposited with the International Monetary Fund, World Bank, a basket of the currencies. We are maintaining this type of currencies, but the US government, lot of appreciation bitcoins they are holding. Thereby, the whatever the profit is there, that profit to be given to the development of spent to the development activities. IPO versus ICO. The initial coin offering is a special type of fundraising. The companies are raising funds by way of share capital, by way of debentures, bonds, etc., etc. Capital raising activity in cryptocurrency or blockchain environment. Today, the blockchain is a powerful. Hacking is not possible. So, over a period of time, the latest technology developments are, we have introduced the Demat account long back. After that, what developments that are happened in NSDL or CDSL? It is used in cryptocurrency projects to gather capital. The project itself is a cryptocurrency project means if the project is started for a chemical industry or textile industry or this one, the fundraising through cryptocurrency, not the own currency. Thereby, speedy collection of funds, profitability is there, secondary market is also available. To the funds of new application, service or crypto coins, these are called instead of INR or dollar, it is called crypto coins. The unregulated crowdfunding process is a crypto industry equivalent to IPO, but today in developed countries also regulations are introduced. Once the volumes are increasing, to protect the people, to protect the public, they are introduced some guidelines. ICOs are most suitable for medium, small enterprises, business unit and startup. Why not? Our government should take initiative for mobilization of funds for capital purpose or debentures or bonds, technology oriented products. Then it is a win-win situation both to the promoters or entrepreneurs, but also the investors. Synopsis I will tell later on how laborious the IPO. I will discuss about the IPO steps. After that, if at all I started ICO, the ICOs, that is initial coin offering. Alright, this is to be banned. This is to be stopped. IPOs are to be stopped and ICOs are to be initiated. That is possible. Even need not be a cryptocurrency. Even CBDC is also one type of currency. That is the government of India already initiated. That is central bank digital currency. So synopsis I will discuss later on. I will go through that IPO process. After that ICO process. An initial public offering in stock market event. While initial coin offering is a cryptocurrency or a digital currency. Instead of using the cryptocurrency, you can use a digital currency because of some fear psychosis is there. Some people are afraid of cryptocurrency. But if you go through that cryptocurrency, the blockchain technology process, the safety of funds, after entering into that one only, you can realize both ways the company raises funds, whether it is IPO or ICO. But entrepreneur requires a short span. Entrepreneur requires no cost of a public issue. Here the public issue, lot of costs are there. Underwriting, book building a process, prospectus, so many things are there. Beyond all these things, it will take a minimum of 3 months to get the funds, even though starting time, ending time is there. And a lot of permissions are also required. For a trading also, the exchanges permissions are also required. Initial public offering. You know about IPO. A private company sells its share to the public for the first time. The company transaction from private to public ownership. An IPO can help fund for a new growth or pay off the debt. Sometimes the company, for expansion purpose, they will do the IPO or pay off the debt. If at all the company wants to pay off the existing debts, then IPO is there. IPO can be months, years also. Some IPOs initially they fail because a lot of regulatory guidelines are there. If at all I have earlier to transfer 4,000 rupees from my account to my friend's account, at that time no ATMs and nothing. The customer has to visit long way from his house to the bank, take the check, fill up the check, fill up the credit voucher, and stand in the queue, take the token. After that, the frontline clerk, he will enter and give it to the passing. The passing officer take his own time. After that, nearly half a day wasted, and not only that, wasting of time, amount also. Today, the Google Pay, what is your number, or can you send the QR code? Only half minute, the funds can be transferred from your account to another account. Months or years, IPOs, the Securities Exchange Board of India monitors the public companies. IPO involves legal, accounting, marketing cost, registers for issue, underwriters, and advertisement. So many things are there. IPO requirements and disclosure, financial and business information. The post stuff. Who is the director? So what is the purpose of this one? Last 3 years of financial statement, lot of information to be published. The prospectus. Earlier, the prospect is 20 pages like that, with a small characters. Now, initial coin offering. The company sells a new crypto to raise the funds. Investors restore cryptocurrency in exchange of their financial contribution. If it are dollars are there, Indian rupees are there, you can convert and purchase it. They invest in the company. ICOs are used to raise the funds for products and service related to cryptocurrency. That is a digital currency. Even though we are talking about the crypto, it is nothing but a digital currency. ICOs can be used bypass the capital raising process required to venture capitalist or banks. So many arrangements, so many intermediaries are there in IPO, but ICOs simply cakewalk. ICOs can attract all types of investors. That's why it is very easy crowd investment. Crowd funds is possible. Even small investors also can subscribe for ICOs. That's why it is called crowd funding. Crowd means a big crowd. And here the institutional investors, certain amount of mutual funds, certain amount, all these regulations, sometimes it gives delay. Thereby, timely the project implementation is not happening. Once the project implementation is not happening, everybody knows about that one. Definitely, the cost escalation will happen. Beyond cost escalation and other things, in the meantime, number of players will enter into the market. Thereby, whatever my projections are there, the sales, the all these things, some problem will arise. ICOs are unregulated means of raising money from public investors. ICOs are known token sales. ICOs are called token, TOKN, token sales. Everybody will purchase. It is a secured one. It is a high yield, etc., etc. Now, detailed process of our existing IPO, which is a laborious process, delay process, cost is more. Whether we are getting our allotment will happen or not after certain days only. In the meantime, my funds are blocked. All these things, the disadvantages are there in the IPO. Securities Exchange Board of India also, they have to initiate the technology related sources of funds for the MSME or startup or mid corporate company or the companies, public companies, corporate or mid corporate companies like that. First, I will discuss about the process IPO. Then you can realize this much laborious. Why not simplification? Why not standardization? Why not use that technology? Why not minimize the cost of public issue? If at all cost of public issue is increasing, it is initially without starting the business also, the cost is increasing. Companies typically go for public to raise a huge amount in exchange for the securities. Company is taking money and they are issuing the securities. The security, either it may be the equity capital or preferential capital or cumulative preferential capital, etc., etc. Raising capital. Companies are primarily opt for IPO to raise funds. Any company which are a public limited company and which are going to be listed in the stock exchanges, definitely they will go for initial public offer to raise the funds. The funds raised through IPO can provide necessary resources for a company to fuel growth plans, whatever the growth plans, expansion of the company or modernization of the company or different departments, whatever the capital expenditure is there, that can be met through the IPO and take the advantages of new opportunities. For that, instant, immediate, without a time loss, that type of sources of funds are required. Now, first you apply. After that, they will go through. After that, they will give the permission. After that, you have to appoint the intermediaries like brokers or the underwriters or registrar for issue or the bankers for collecting the amount. All these things today, once the technology support is there, this intermediaries can be reduced. And the growth plans and take the advantages of new opportunities. If you go through that existing system, that IPO, step one, hire an investment bank. A company seek guidance from the team of underwriters or investment to start the process of IPO. This takes a lot of time. More often than takes services from more than one bank sometimes. It is a cost. And this, the study of the company current financial situation, work, assets, liabilities, then they plan to cater the financial needs. Once they go through, they will take their own time, sweet time, and they will yes or no. For that, instantly they don't tell. An underwriting agreement will be signed, which have all details of a deal, amount raised, and the security that will be issued. This is the process. Though underwriters issue the capital they will raise, they will not shoulder all the risks involved, the money movement, etc. So in the underwriting agreement also some covenants, some riders are also there. Step 2, prepare a red herring prospectus. For a IPO, today the red herring prospectus are there. That is to be prepared. For preparation, it is a costly, and that document runs in so many pages. So much information is required about the company, about the directors, their previous experience, what purpose, and what are the earlier directors' earlier projects. So many things as per the SEBI guidelines, particularly the regulations are there for issuing the prospectus. The company and underwriters together file the registration statement mandatorily under Companies Act, along with the draft the red herring prospectus, which comprises of all financial data. Whether the investor reading that one or not, nobody knows about this one. Today, how many people are reading annual reports? Tell me. Daily, they are observing the market. The annual report, even State Bank of India, my bank annual report contains 200 or 300 pages. Who will read? That's why they dispensed to send the annual report by post also. Only PDF files. And financial data, industry, business description, management details, probable price estimate, share, risk reports. What are the risks? The risks are to be bold and the font size is to be increased. That is the regulations. Business plans of the company and other disclosures as per the SEBI Act and the Companies Act. All acts are to be fulfilled. Then only you are moving towards getting the funds. Otherwise, everywhere roadblocks are there. It will have declared how the company is going to utilize the funds. It will rise from IPO and above the security investments. These documents must be submitted to local ROC, Register of Companies, at least 3 days before the offer is open to the public for bidding. Then the company makes an application for IPO to the Securities Exchange Board of India. Then initial prospectus is called because it is the first page of the prospectus containing warning which states that not a financial prospectus. The regulations are to be fulfilled. Otherwise, at any time, the SEBI is having the power to cancel that one. However, all the obligations of the company's prospectus will should have contain in the red herring prospectus. Obligations all are to be mentioned. Any variation between two will have the highlighted be duly approved by the SEBI or ROC. If at all any variations are there, then that is to be approved by ROC. They will take their own sweet time. If registration statement is a compliant, the stringent guidelines set by the SEBI, which ensures the company has disclosed every detail a potential investor should know, then it gets a green signal. Then only they will give the green signal. Otherwise, on the table only in the SEBI or ROC, the desk officer table only it was lying. Or else it sent back to the comments. Again, they will send back the comments. The company then work for comments on the file of the registration again. Only after SEBI approves, the application of the company set for the IPO. Thereafter, final prospects is released. This phase is a test the waters for IPO among the potential investors. This much laborious task. In that, how the company's growth will happen? One side made in India, the make in India concept, and second side a lot of MSME corporates are to be increased, and the GDP growth to be increased, employment opportunity to be increased. The companies are providing employment opportunity. All these things are linked to the start of the company. If the company starting the company is delayed, then automatically all will be delayed. Step 3, applications to stock exchange. Because it is a public limited company, the listing is required both exchanges, NSE or BSE. The company should decide on the stock exchange where it is going to list its share and apply there. Go to the roadshow. Again, roadshows are there. Big banners, initial public offer, the starting date, ending date, and the price bands, all these things. On the roads also on the top, the advertisements are there. Nobody is reading because it is, even eyes are good, it is very difficult to see the hoardings that are displayed by the companies. On the top, the hoarding is there. How to catch that particular small letters? Even eyes are 100% good. It is very difficult to read. Before IPO goes to the public, this phase happens over action pack 2 weeks. The executives of company travel around the country for marketing upcoming IPO to the potential investors, mostly qualified institutional buyers, QIBs, in important financial centers. The agenda of marketing including presentation of facts. They have to give the presentation. Then only the prospective investors, which will drum up the most positive interest. Then only the positive will come. After this stage IPO, the company may also give an opportunity to the bigger organizations to buy the stocks of the company at a price set before the stocks go to public. This much efforts are to be made by the company. If the company wants to start the business, the gestation period, particularly this 3 months or 4 months, that is also to be added. After that, the funds are to be received, then land or plant and machinery or construction activities, hiring of the people, commercial production, to start the commercial production. Lot of delays there. Today, to capture the market, instant results are very much required. Step 5, IPO is price. Based on whether wants to float a fixed price or a book building process. The price or price band is fixed. Once the fixed price method, the underwriter company work together fix the price for their shares. The account of liabilities, the target capital to be achieved, the demands of the stock, every related details come up with the price. How many doorsteps the promoter or their officials are to be visited? How many times they have to visit it? If at all they are traveling in car, one side the emissions are increasing, carbon emission, that is a ESG problem. Book building method. Here underwriter and the company fixed brand within which the investor can bid. The final price is depend upon the demand for the shares. The bidding received and the target capital is to be achieved. If a target capital is not achieved, underwriters, we have to pay commission to them also, which is a cost. Except for infrastructure companies and banks, most companies are freeze at their share price band. But here, the government guidelines are also there. The company is allowed to cap 20 paisa higher than the floor price. Some riders are there. Books are normally open for 3 days during the bidders can revise their bids. Issues prefer book building and it allows a better price discovery. The final price is a cut-off price. The company should decide upon the stock exchange where it goes to the list of shares, apply therein. Then again, the company has to do this process also. Step 6, available to the public. On a planned date, the application forms are made available to the public, which can be designated bank or firms or online. Once they filled up the details, they can submit a check or online as well. SEBI fixed the period of availability of the public, which is usually 5 working days. These are the various the steps that are involved in the initial public offering. When should IPO reach the public? It is a tricky decision because of picking the right time to offer. Sometimes market is dull. At that time, if at all the public issue happened, nobody will subscribe. It is imperative to maximum earning of the sale. Some companies have their own economic timelines to go for public. When to go for public? If at all worldwide, some countries whatever the policies affect on our capital market. Suddenly, if so and so person is they imposed some they or developed some policies of other countries impact on our stock market. If the giant companies should also come into the market sometimes, small companies, nobody will subscribe. Smaller companies avoid entry, go into the public at the same time, fearing the stealing of the limelight of the giant companies. Once IPO bidding is closed, the company should sign final prospectus to both ROCs and SEBI. This should contain both the quantum of shares being allotted and the final issue on which the sale is closed. This is a tedious process. Step 7, going through the IPO. After IPO price is finalized, the stockholders and underwriters work together decide how many shares of the investor will receive. Investors will usually get full securities unless otherwise oversubscribed. The shares are credited to demat account. The refund is to be shared oversubscribed. Once the securities are allotted, stock market will start trading of the IPO. This much process is there. In today's fast economy and a digital economy, are we accepting this type of steps in IPO process? If the same steps are continuing, when the company will get the funds, when the company will start the funds, when the company will start the commercial operation, when the company will engage the staff and all these things, by that time, whatever their product design that is outdated or stale or redundant, today the market, the obsolescence rate is very, very high. Today laptop is not outdated tomorrow. Even everybody knows about every 6 months, the Apple mobiles also, they are changing the models, they are increasing the functionalities like that. In that scenario, if Apple company starts particularly the IPO and get the funds and start the business and in the meantime, the 4 to 5 models outdated. If at all they started the original one the market is no more and the company will incur the losses. Business must also ensure the internal investors to do the trade, thereby manipulate the stock prices of the IPO. IPO shares are allotted to bidders within 10 days. Last bidding, the IPO is oversubscribed, the shares are allotted to proportionately applicants. Here also, you have to give some amount to the mutual funds and small investors. Like that, whatever the regulations are there, that is to be adopted. For example, oversubscription, 5 times allotted numbers. And then the application 10 lakhs shares will be allotted to finally. So the above certain guidelines of the initial public offer. This is the initial public offer. This type of time it will take, this much time it will take to curtail that one, the SEBI has to take some measures to control the process period. If at all a process is lengthy, how to mobilize the funds by the company, particularly MSME. You are telling one side, the government is telling that the MSMEs are also eligible. They can also listing their shares in the stock exchange. Once this laborious process is there, how many companies will do, and when they will start the production, when they will acquire the land, when they will complete the erection, when they will purchase the plant and machinery, when they will hiring the people, when they will start the commercial process. All these things is a laborious process. Once this laborious process is there, in future, the share capital word should be deleted from the capital market instruments. Technology support is there. For that only initially I told, to transfer 4,000 rupees from my account to my friend's account earlier, I have to visit to the branch, prepare the check, prepare the credit voucher of my friend's account, stand in the queue and give it in the particular counter. The counter will enter and officer will pass. Then only the amount will be. In the meantime, from my residence to bank, the conveyance and the time, half day is wasted. Today, the GPay or QR code, half minute the funds are transferred. That type of technology is available. Why not capital market instruments are to be mobilized with less time, more comfortable, with the least cost, etc. So this is why I have told about the IPO means this much laborious process is there. You have to cut it. Today, you need not visit to the bank. Banks are offering the pre-approved loans. Once from your house only, you can take the loan. If you approve that one through the bank's mobile application, then loan will be created and amount will be created to your account. You need not visit to the bank. You need not submit the application. You need not submit the KYC documents. The existing customers all are automated. Once that automated processes are there, this much laborious systems and the investment procedures are there, then economy will not grow. Now, initial coin offering. Whatever I told earlier, everybody knows about that one. Now, the initial coin offering is a substitute of IPO. Particularly developed countries they are following. And even developed countries also, I told, 5 cryptocurrencies they are maintaining in the Federal Reserve, but we are not maintaining that cryptocurrency. That crypto, I am not talking about the crypto, I am talking about a digital currency. A digital currency is required. Now I will discuss about how simple process the initial coin offering. Once initial coin offering is there, it is very easy to start the business. And the liquidity problems, all these things, and the entrepreneur or promoter will happy. In my perception thinking, shortly it will happen in our country also. An initial coin offering involves creating a set of dynamic token supply and selling a portion of these tokens to early investors. They will create the coins. Each coin is valued this much and they will offer to the public. Whenever the company is going for public issue, these companies are called cryptocurrency companies. Means they are not manufacturing or they are not providing services of crypto. It may be the textile, it may be the chemical, it may be the bank, it may be the different companies. But the process is digital funds. The funds are mobilized to digital mode, not the physical mode. An initial coin offering involves creating a set of dynamic token supply and selling the portion of these tokens to early investors. The process and all these things I will discuss in detail about the initial coin offering. The ICOs. ICOs are called initial coin offerings. Initial coin offerings. And they define coin launch, how it works, examples, how to launch. All these things I will discuss. The initial coin offering. This methodology, this type of a product, if at all introduced, then a capital will not be a problem to the companies. Once I go for capital, lot of expenditure for that prospectus, that one, this one, that one, underwriters commission, and book building process, all these things, various steps are there. It is a laborious and a cost, and then funds are not reached to the promoter or entrepreneur of the company in time. As the digital currencies and blockchain technology continues to advance, ICOs have become popular method for startups and MSMEs also. Even developed country for MSME, even China is full of MSMEs. If they want, they can go for a digital currency mode or the cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, we will use the word digital currency instead of cryptocurrency. Quickly and efficiently raise the capital. But it is not possible. For every half kilometers, speed breakers are there here. If at all 20 kilometers you have to ride, next you have to cross every half kilometer and every 1 minute you have to face the speed breakers. To reach the destination is very difficult if the speed breakers are there. If at all the road is free, no public movement, then speed breakers are not required. Today, the investors are educated. Earlier, the investors are not that much education. That's why the prospectus and all these things are there, 20 pages or 30 pages. Today, how many people are reading the prospectus? Tell me honestly. However, lack of regulation also pave a path to ICO scam. But here also, I'm telling the positive side and the negative side also. Some scams, but the investors are intelligent. Once they are their hard-earned money is investing, the various problems they are perceiving, they are forecasting, and whether to invest or not to invest, they will take the decision. Making it essential potential investors. Even potential investors also, sometimes they will do the wrong things. An initial coin offering is a method of a cryptocurrency project to raise a capital. It involves creating dynamic token supply and selling a portion of these tokens to the early investors. It is a crypto industry's version of an initial coin offering. The ICO allows startup to bypass the traditional fundraising methods. The traditional fundraising method is initial public offer. They bypass that one because so many riders are there. It takes a lot of time directly to reach the potential investors globally. Once the initial coin offering is there, the world is your market. Not the country, within the country, not within the country. The world is a cross-border. Funds also can be mobilized. However, it is important to approach ICOs with caution. Whenever you are investing in ICOs, little bit caution. Today, the investor knowledge is 1,000 times better than the earlier one. Earlier investors, they approached the brokers whenever they are selling or the buying the shares, and they have to submit the shares also. At that time, demat and other things are not there. As the fear half of them are succeed and the risk of a scam is quite high. Today, it is gradually decreasing. The new system, initially some teething problems are there. People also can understand them. The big problem. Today, that is not the problem. Companies looking to launch a new cryptocurrency app or service can use ICO to fund their development. What is ICO for? Any company, IPO or this one, development of the company. For purchase of land, for purchase of a building, and for construction of building, or purchase of plant and machinery, or production department, or working capital purpose, whatever the funds required by the company, funds are required. Earlier, we are mobilizing through IPO, now ICO. During ICO, these companies are sell virtual tokens to investors. Earlier, we used to give the check. We use it to give the application or online application or all these things. Today, virtual tokens. It is equivalent to the money. These token can serve the various purpose, such as grant access of a specific service or representing the stake in the project. These tokens, if at all the company is offering any service for payment of services, these tokens are useful. And if at all you want to invest funds in that company, these tokens are useful. The tokens are dual purpose. First, the project concept. This is total the process of the ICOs. Project concept. One promoter, he wants to start one chemical industry or textile industry or whatever the industries are there, different sugar industry or food processing industry like that. A team have developed the concept of a blockchain based project, defining the goals, target, audience and market need. How to mobilize the funds? What is the goals of the company? What type of products the company has to manufacture? And what is the market and the target audience and how to get the funds? Who are the target investors? But it should be in crypto based only. The token creation and supply. The team of the creates new cryptocurrency token and it defines the total supply. How much tokens are to be released, how much capital is required, first they will decide. Accordingly, how much tokens they will supply. allocating portions of the public sale, the team members, advisors and partnerships, etc., etc. ICO preparation. The team sets the token price, chooses an ICO platform, technology platform, and prepares the marketing of the material to promote the project through online only. Then they will start the token sale. ICO is launched. The investors buy the token during the specified period. Here also 2-3 days or that public offer will be there for selling of the tokens and sending the cryptocurrency either Bitcoin or Ethereum to the project wallet. So whenever they are purchasing, they have to transfer some Bitcoin or Ethereum, whatever the cryptocurrency is, then they can pay. In exchange of that amount, the tokens will be released by the company. Funding and token distribution. The team receives funding. They are receiving the Bitcoin or Ethereum, the cryptocurrency, and the tokens are distributed to the investors. And with the remaining tokens allocated for future development and the partnerships, etc. First, they will total tokens how many? Share capital. That is, we are talking about authorized capital. In the authorized capital, what is the maximum amount? Accordingly, they will finalize the tokens. Out of the token issued and subscribed or paid up capital that they will decide, and accordingly they will sell. Then the project development token listing. The term uses the funding to develop the project and the token is listed on the cryptocurrency exchanges and allowing investors to trade it in the open market. Immediately, when the investors are allowed to trading in the cryptocurrency exchanges. These are the 6 steps, but in detail I will discuss in detail. These are the 6 steps on. And here the technology experts are required. Technology expert funding for the funding of the company. All are blockchain means the technology experts, they have to create the tokens and they have to sell the tokens. They are receiving the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, the Bitcoin or Ethereum, etc., etc. Now, the process of initial coin offering starts with a cryptocurrency project looking raise the capital. Now the team behind the project detailed plan is first they will prepare the detailed plan, often called white paper. Even in our case also we are preparing prospectus. Here the white paper they will prepare. Outline the project goals, amount of money needed, the number of tokens they are going to issue, and how long ICO campaign will run. All these things they will mention in the white paper that is released by the prospective company. ICOs can be structured in various ways, primarily revolving around the concept of token supply and pricing. What are the various types of pricing is there? This can be any model they can adopt. One is a static supply, that coins of static supply. Price is a static price. Coins are also static. Price is also static. Fixed. In this model, the token supply is fixed and each token sold at a set price. For example, a project might 1 million token, $1 each. Simple. Here, they are going to issue the tokens 1 million and the each token amount is $1. The goal is clear, straightforward. Once the tokens are sold out, ICO ends. The initial coin offering is ends. The second model, static supply. Coins to be sold is fixed, but price is dynamic. It may be $1 or $2. Here, the token supply is fixed. but the price vary depending upon the amount of the capital raise. If at all capital is more, then each token price will be differ. If the project is 1 million token and it rises to 2 million, each token price adjusted accordingly. This structure is allows flexing the in pricing based on the demand during the ICO. Based on the demand, the pricing will be differ. First one is both are static. Second one is one static. Second one price is dynamic. Third one is dynamic supply and static price. In this case, the token price is fixed. That is static. But the total token supply can be fluctuate based on the funds rise. For instance, token might be $0.5 and the number of tokens issued will depend upon how much capital is collected at the end of ICO's campaign. So the dynamic supply is there. If at all the company wants more funds, then they will mobilize more funds in future also. So that's why dynamic supply and the static price. During ICO process, the cryptocurrency project team, because here it is nothing but initial coin offering project team, promotes ICO calendar to make sure that the potential investors know when and how to participate. They will inform well in time. We are going to issue on so-and-so date. Investors typically buy the tokens using established cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum. Whenever they are offering the initial coin offerings, they will specify you have to use this cryptocurrency, either Bitcoin or Ethereum or another type of coins. A crucial aspect to consider the tokenomics. This is called the tokenomics of ICO. How tokens are to be distributed and used. A well-structured tokenomics plan ensure transparency and build trust with the investors. How much tokens they are issued, what is each token value, whether the supply is static or dynamic, whether the price is static or all are transparent. This shows the total token supply will be allocated among the team, among the investors, and the future needs of the company. Like authorized capital, all companies, they don't go for authorized capital. Issued capital, within the issued capital, subscribed capital, within the subscribed capital, paid up capital, and like that different types of capital is there. In the similar manner, in the initial coin offering also. The future, they will static supply is there. Out of the coins, some coins today they will release the remaining coins. Coins means not physical coins. It is a virtual currency. The virtual currency in the form of bitcoins. The bitcoins or Ethereum or all are called cryptocurrency. What are the steps launched in the ICO? First, idea concept. What type of industry we have to start? How much fund is required? Who are the customers? How to identify the particularly the cryptocurrency team? And what technology we have to use, whether we have to use the blockchain technology or not, the team formation, the project roadmap, and creating white paper and marketing and building of the community. These are the various steps that are there in ICO. ICO instantly means not more than 30 days. The total process will be completed. In some ICOs, 15 days. Before starting the project, 1 month ahead only, they will start the project on so and so date. Before 1 month only they will start this process, so that project deadlines they will meet without any problem. Launching successful IPO. Launching of successful ICO involves several key steps. What are the several key steps that are there? Launching of successful ICO. Idea conceptualization. The first step is a clear, innovative idea. This is a clear but innovative idea based on the technology. That the funds mobilization. The funds are for capital only. This should address the specific problem or need in the market. This idea should address the specific problem and need in the market. Today, the investors are techno savvy. They want a higher return, not a lower return. And instantly I want to sell means immediately they can sell. 24 hours market. Today the stock exchanges are not 24 hours. This important outline what makes the project unique and how it will be benefited to the user. They will outline on account of this ICOs and what are the benefits, visible benefits. Team formation. First they have to form the team. Assemble team expert with bring the project life. This team typically include blockchain developers, IT specialists. The IT specialists are very much required for the ICOs. This team typically blockchain developers, marketers, legal advisors, and business strategists. To mobilize the funds, I require first technology people because I'm going to give in the coins only, that virtual coins only. I require blockchain developers, marketers, legal advisors, and business strategists. A well-rounded team can provide necessary skills and credibility to attract investors. Once the company is going for ICOs, they have to develop a first team. The team consists of the blockchain developers, marketers, legal advisors, and business strategists. And a well-rounded team to provide the skills and credibility to attract investors. Project roadmap. Create a detailed project. Why we are mobilizing funds? For what purpose? What we are going to manufacture the product? What type of products we are going to provide service to the public? Strategies, milestone, and timelines. This roadmap a clear vision of the project headed and how to achieve the goals. The project goals also. What is the return on investment ROI? And what is the targeted people? What is the present penetration level of the product or service? Creating white paper. One of the most crucial step is releasing white paper is releasing this one. This document should provide in-depth explanation of the project, including the purpose, what type of a technology that is there, team, tokenomics, and how the funds will be used. We are mobilizing funds for what purpose? Whether purchasing of land or purchasing of a production department, the construction of a department or buildings or a plant and machinery or stocks, or if at all it is a service organization, what type of service, how much computers, what is the network, what is the type of service, how much revenue we are going to get in next 3 years, what is the projected sales, what is the projected cost, and what are the revenues, and all these things. A well-crafted white paper can enhance investor confidence and interest. That is required. Projections are very, very important. Projections should be accurate. If at all my projections are good and accurate, investors' confidence will increase. Marketing and building a community. Effective marketing is important for successful ICO. Because here it is a technology product, that too online marketing only. Use social media or forms, online platforms to create a hype or buzz around the project. I have to tell, otherwise investors how will know. It may be the exaggeration, but what I am going to do, what is the idea, business idea in my mind, how the business idea, with the help of these funds, how it is converted into the business idea, how much revenue I am going to get, what are the potential buyers, what is the competitors in the market, what is the present penetration level, what is the market, all these things I have to do. Engage with the community, answering the questions, providing regular updates. I have to give the regular updates. Today, how many companies accept stock exchanges? How many companies are providing information to the prospective investors about the company? Except the price rise or down, or the US, the Federal Reserve increased the rate of interest, market down, this one, that one. Only that the secondary market information is available about the company. Instant online information, how many companies are providing about the company, whether the sales day by day. That is possible. Technology is very, very useful. At any place the technology can be used. Today balance sheets are not to be prepared at the quarter end, or half year end, or year end, even daily also. Even banks also, daily the global balance sheet of the State Bank will be prepared by 11 o'clock. The total deposits, the total advances, how much interest on day-to-day basis to be paid on deposits as well as advances, and whatever the probable depreciation, the total year divided by 365 days, and the global balance sheet means not only the 23,000 branches, but also abroad 180 branches are there. Those balance sheets are also converted into foreign currency to INR. The global balance sheet will be prepared. Day-to-day balance sheet is possible. The financial results of the company, that is possible once the technology support is there in the companies. Anyone with a solid idea of a basic understanding of the blockchain technology can launch initial unlike a traditional fundraising methods, no straight, particularly the no stringent requirement for the lengthy process. Initial coin offering no stringent line. This open accessibility is a part of what ICOs so appealing new cryptocurrency. Today, in developed countries, particularly startup companies or MSMEs, they are mobilizing the funds instantly. Suppose my idea is generated and the implementation of my idea, if at all it is taking 1 year, after that my idea may be stalled also. The people are preferring today product, they are not accepting tomorrow. Within 24 hours, the taste, the demands, the likings, all are disappear based on the different advertisement, different market conditions, different promoters using their strategies. However, the ease of launching an ICO comes with responsibilities also. Regulator considerations are crucial. Some of the people they are telling that the cryptocurrency there is no regulator like that. Okay, but ICOs full regulations are there. While ICOs operate less regulated, but not fully regulated. Today, why the US government they took that 5-bit the cryptocurrencies are in their reserve? Because here that is a valuable currency when compared to the domestic currency. It depends on the demand and supply. Initial public offering, they are entirely free from the oversight. The Securities Exchange Commission, particularly in USA, cracked down ICOs that violated securities law. For ICOs also securities laws are there. It is not free from regulation. But regulation is not that much. Initially, if at all I imposed all regulations in ICO, ICO will die at initial stage only. The product will die at initial stage only. This means that importantly comply with all relevant regulations to avoid legal issues. Credibility and transparency is also vital. Whatever the credibility, particularly the promoter, and whatever the information they are providing, transparency is vital in ICOs. Investors want to know their money is the safest hands. That image to be built up by the promoters. Conducting through background checks on developers and a team of members can establish the trust. Particularly the IT team, or the managers or key managerial person, the production, the marketing, the HR, the finance, all people like we are mentioning in the prospectus also. Developers, the team members of the company. This includes verify the previous work. What are the various projects they have handled earlier, ensuring the clean track record and demonstrating expertise in the field. Building this credibility can market break and the success of the ICO. It is a simple process. What are the regulations that are there in the Securities Exchange Commission of the USA? We can go through that one, and accordingly the SEBI will also develop this one. Pros and cons. Some advantages are there, disadvantages are there for ICO. Get direct funding. No intermediaries. No intermediaries. And a global reach. I can mobilize cross borders and unlock liquidity. Liquidity problem will not arise. Once after 6 months, if at all I am going for IPO, if at all I am getting after 6 months the funds, then interest will lose. In the meantime, each and every doorstep I have to cross, and I have to beg, and I have to request, and I have to get the permission. Then the time is a value. That's a time value of the money is very, very important in the business. Time value of the money. But at the same time, high risk is there. Technology means high risk. And once you have tasted the technology, you never leave that technology. Today, morning onwards up to sleep, without mobile, without online marketing, without without mobile, or transferring of funds from one account to different account, or purchases and all are happening through technology only. But it is a high risk. Daily we are getting spam calls, okay. But at the same time, if at all we are not addressing that particular risks, next we are in good olden days or traditional methods we are following means it is very difficult to survive in the economy. Lack of regulation, but today the regulations are there. SEC regulations are there. SEC means Securities Exchange Commission of USA, potential for scams. That is also there. But today, do you think that the bank accounts are safe? Some police authorities and some big investors, and the investors are also the scammers. They are asking OTP or this one and that one and this one, and they are looting the money of the accounts also. Today, are you ready to go to the bank to withdraw the money without ATM, without internet banking, without mobile banking? Nobody. Everybody wants at their doorsteps, not at their own doorsteps, and not to other doorsteps. Initial coin offering several benefits. that makes attractive option raising funds. Here are the benefits of ICOs. Direct funding. ICOs allow project to raise the capital directly from the investors without need of intermediaries such as bankers, venture capitalists, etc. This direct approach can simplify the fundraising process, reduces the cost also. Reduces the cost also. Global reach. Next, ICOs can attract investors from all over the world. World is your potential market, not your country. Your funds can be raised across the globe. Even UPI is Singapore or different countries. The permission also given by the government of India. UPI transactions and Dubai also. This global reach encourages the potential pool of investors, can lead more substantial funding. If at all it crosses your country boundaries, the number of investors are ready to invest their funds, subject to the white paper, subject to your project, subject to your project economic viability, etc. Liquidity. Lastly, the token issued during ICO can often traded in cryptocurrency shortly after ICO ends. Because the investors need not worry. Once ICO ends, on the next moment, secondary market is available. Once the secondary market is available, everybody will be tempted. This liquidity provides investor with the ability to quickly buy and sell tokens, which makes ICOs attractive option. It is an attractive option. An initial public offering is heavily regulated by the financial authority such as Securities Exchange Commission. This ensures companies provide a detailed financial disclosures. Don't think that it is unregulated, but regulated. If at all we read, we go through the regulation. What type of regulation? But for safetyness only, that minimum regulations, not a too cumbersome process. 6 months calendar, different people we have to meet, we have to beg, we have to get the permission. After 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, we got the funds, means expenditure and disclosure to adhere the strict compliance standards. In contrast, initial coin offering operate in more relaxed regulatory environment. That is correct. Relax. Today in India, the foreign currency trading is not there. Shares trading is there, or other investment trading is there through BSE or NSE, or particularly the derivatives are also trading is there. Foreign exchange market is there. Next, derivatives are also there, but the foreign exchange trading is not there. The foreign exchange trading is nothing but non-deliverable forward contracts. Non-deliverable forward contracts. So the initial coin offering a more relaxed regulation that is required. To mobilize the funds, some relaxation is required. If at all you have to ride within per hour 20 kilometers of speed, means when you will reach the destination. If at all you are driving in a car, that driving is restricted only 20 kilometers per hour, when you will reach the destination. But if the road is condition is good, traffic is not there, little bit of speed is possible, but within controls. And less oversight, which lead a higher risk of fraud and scams are also there. Investors protection also different too. Difference between these two. IPO investors receive shares of the company, granting equity at the level of legal protection. ICO investors typically receive utility-related tokens. There they are giving shares. Here they are giving tokens, which may not offer the same protection and can vary value based and on the success of the cryptocurrency project. Once the project is good, it is better than the IPO. So while choosing the project, After reading the white paper, then only you take a decision to invest or not to invest. Fundraising with initial offering can be popular method in cryptocurrency project to raise fund. Both success and failures are also there. Some of the investors, even in the present market also, do you think there is no failures? Secondary market in NSE or BSE? Some people, they burnt their hands. Some examples. Initial coil, Ethereum. This is one type of the cryptocurrency launched in July 2014. Ethereum's ICO. It is not a new concept. 11 years back it was introduced. One of the most well-known the ICO. They raised $18.4 million and introduced the concept of a programmable blockchain to the crypto world. If the technology is strong, the blockchain technology is good, definitely the investors fund is more safe. The innovation allowed the developers to create a decentralized applications, the apps on Ethereum network. Apps are also there, that is a decentralized apps and at different locations that is located, particularly the data centers. Ethereum successful is evident and grown become the second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, only behind Bitcoin. This is successful. People are also investing in this Cardano. This is another initial coin offering. Cardano ICO took in January 2017, that is 8 years back, was another major success. Raised 62.2 million and aimed to improve the technology foundations laid down by the Ethereum. Moreover, Cardano focused on creating more secure and scalable blockchain. The nature of the token ADA, also since the pop of a top of 5 cryptocurrency market capitalization. ADA is also one type of this one. Tejos is another ICO. This is also 2017, that is 8 years back. $232 million. However, it was not without challenges. Some ICOs challenges are there. And this project, numerous delays distributing tokens, legal issues culminating 25 million settlements, etc. Despite these hurdles, Tejos managed to establish itself in the crypto space, showing resilience and ability to overcome the early setbacks. That's why strong the blockchain technology team is required. Whether it is a Tejos or that Ethereum or that Bitcoin, etc., etc. ICO regulations in developed countries. Many ICOs are secure offering need to be registered. That is compulsory. That is registered. This is not regulatory free. Rule 504 of the Regulation D allows the company to set up 10 million in securities in 12 months period. These are the various regulations that are there in USA. To conclude, this is the most suitable for MSM and the startup companies due to the following reasons. Particularly, ICOs are most suitable for the startup companies. Why? Because democratization of capital market. ICO do not require intermediaries. If at all intermediaries are more, definitely it is taking a lot of time to mobilize the funds by the companies, whether it is a startup or MSMEs. and banks, stock exchanges, all these things are not required. Next, global capital access. ICOs are not only within your country, even other countries also. Ensure that a blockchain startups can access a global network of investors, extending their sources of finance beyond regional boundaries. The capital can be mobilized not only within your country, the world is your market. The world investors may invested in your company. Liquidity. Because of tokens generated during ICOs coins are frequently tradable on cryptocurrency exchanges. Investors have more option when it comes to buying or selling. So you can buy it in the secondary market, sell it. The market is, but security wise, no hacking and no problem. But a lot of security features are there in the cryptocurrencies, particularly the Bitcoin or Ethereum or Tejos, etc. Potential for high returns. Today, when the market will increase, when the market will fall, it depends upon so many factors are there. Okay, here also it is there. But a relative comparison is very, very important. The potential for high returns because of a potential for rapid growth and lower initial token prices. Early investors in successful initial coin offering might profit handsomely. Here, it is a crowdfunding. No, we will allot only institutional investors, we will allot it to mutual funds, we will allot some amount to bankers, so only the remaining amount we will give to the small investors. This is a crowdfunding. Because the technology means n number of people can apply based on the tokens availability. Faster fundraising, that is a beauty in ICOs. Only within 1 month, the total process will complete. But in India, IPOs, whether we will succeed or not, even after 4 months or 6 months, that is a question mark. So many riders and all these things. If there is an idea generated in the promoters or entrepreneurs, they have to implement that one. After 6 months of fundraising, after the implementation of the project, total it is 2 years or more than 2 years sometimes. But here, this is a fundraising is instant, timely fundraising, and a greater potential for more funds. Today, everybody is like it. Today, the footfalls of the bank is a dead juice. Nobody is coming to the branch premises. The salaries are created to the account and the people are using the left and right, the UPI payment thanks to NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India Limited, which is a subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India. Even small auto driver also, I don't want cash. There is no change for me. Please pay through UPI. Either Google Pay or the QR code is there. You scan it and pay it. I don't take the cash. I don't have the change. So if technology usage is more, why not? Government is also talking about financial inclusion. Financial inclusion means not only opening the account in the bank, all the people in the country, they have to use the banking system, insurance, mutual funds, debit credit cards, and the stock market, and the commodities market, and the forex market, and the derivative market. If at all I am educated, I am not having an account with the particular bank or insurance policy. They comes under the the financial inclusion target only, because I don't have the financial transaction means then the banks are also targeted me, because Mr. Prasad is having the bank account. We have to open the bank account. We have to they sell the insurance policies or mutual funds or demat account, etc., etc. Faster fundraising, greater potential for more funds. The amount of money can be raised far greater than the fintech models, such as crowdsourcing, and occasionally even more than the traditional IPOs, because of the increasing interest of crypto assets. Today, I'm staying in one gated community. Nearly, to my knowledge is concerned, nearly 100 people there trading the cryptocurrencies. Some army people are there. Okay, because here the investor always thinking about how to increase the money, because whatever my investments are there, it should be give yield rate more when compared to other investment. For MSMEs, corporates, startup companies in India request technology related IPOs due to the following reason. Quick to start. How long I will verify? How long I will have to wait to get the funds? Quick start. Origination of the business idea, crystallization or implementation and the crystallization. Least cost of in mobilizing funds through IPOs. If at all I am incurring so much, my break-even point for the company is another 2 years. If the fundraising cost is also increased, then another 1 year to recover that cost also. Trading and investment technology preferred by the youngster investor. In India, young population is very high. So they have to use always they are preferring this one only. So that's why trading and investment technology preferred young investors. So this is in brief about this one. Today technology is to be used everywhere. It is not only for banks, others, but here to know better about the technology, particularly professionals or graduates, whoever is there, they have to update their knowledge of artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain technology, next application program interfaces, and cloud computing, etc., etc. For this also, the institute is conducting advanced fintech course. That course is also very useful. What are the technology? What are the various financial products are available through the technology in the least time, with the least cost, with the more convenient, more secure. So even fintech course in the professions is also very much required. So in the coming days, the economy requires digital CMS, not CMS, digital CMS. So the digital CMS means those who are having the technology background, the audit is in technology, the verification through technology systems only, no physical papers, all are in digital or wire only, or RAM, random access memory only. So for this, every professional, whether it is a CMA or other professions, they have to update their knowledge, particularly in the technology. At the same time, the government objective is also digital India. Once a digital India name is there, but IPOs are lengthy process. Once we have to boost the MSMEs and increase the MSMEs, means if at all this type of lengthy laborious process are there, when they will mobilize, when they will start, once they started, the product is outdated or redundant. Today, earlier, the product life cycle the total period is very, very high. The start, growth, and saturation, decline, etc. That is lengthy. So every product will continue in the market for 4 to 5 years. Today, even a product like a product is 6 months max, 1 year life cycle. After that, they have to modify. They have to the unique selling proposition, whatever they want, they will change the product. Otherwise, survival is a question mark in the market. If the product, if one promoter is thinking about to start the company, and after 1 year or 2 years, if they started, by that time, whatever his product is, that will become outdated or redundant or stale. So that's why the technology to be used in most of the organizations as a part of a factors of production. Earlier factors of production means land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. Today, the factors of production is technology, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. 5. Technology is also one of the factors of production. Whether it is a production or service, technology is a one function, that too important function. Today, even banks also remove the technology, see the result. Banks will collapse, country will collapse. Technology plays a vital role. Even every part, the technology to be used perfectly. So this is in brief about the today's discussion. Thank you very much for your patience listening for the last 2 hours. And thanks to Institute, in particular the BFSI board, for giving me an opportunity to discuss about IPOs versus ICOs. Thank you.
I've received a few questions. The first question is how the cryptocurrency can be converted to the currency of the country when the country does not recognize the cryptocurrency?
Wherever these ICOs are there, those countries are already recognized these cryptocurrencies. Wherever ICOs are exist, particularly United States also, these whatever the ICOs they recognize some cryptocurrencies, cryptocurrencies that are already identified, and some companies they are mobilizing funds through the cryptocurrencies as identified by the country. There is no problem. There is no problem. In our country, still that they want to take a decision, but in developed countries, all cryptocurrencies are identified for ICOs, initial coin offerings. But today, some of the investors, they are investing their funds in other countries through this ICOs. And they convert the particular the Indian rupees into the cryptocurrency to either cryptocurrency, either Bitcoin or Ethereum, they will purchase and they will invest in ICOs.
Our next question is in the case of IPO. In the case of ICO, the risk of investor is whether it's twofold in both company performance and coin performance.
No. Actually, that's why whenever the investor is going to invest in ICOs, first and foremost, he has to read the white paper thoroughly about the background check of the company thoroughly. What type of technology they are using, that is also thoroughly. Then the risk will be minimized. If at all casual manner, even in India also, if at all I am investing my funds in a casual manner, suppose I take for example, one cooperative bank is offering 14% or 15%. If at all I invested in that the cooperative bank, tomorrow the cooperative bank may be in the liquidation or bankrupt. The same was happened in Punjab Maharashtra Cooperative Bank in Maharashtra. So many people, they are offering higher rate of interest. So many people they deposited without a background verification. Then all deposits the bank is under the bankrupt or liquidation, and people are getting only up to the DACGC, Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, up to 5 lakhs, and beyond that they don't get that.
What are the key decision drivers for the pricing of IPOs and FPOs?
Now, what is the madam?
Key decision drivers for the pricing of IPOs and FPOs.
Hmm.
Key
System of
decision drivers. What are the key decision drivers?
key decision drivers for IPO and ICO. Sir, first of all, you see the trend. Suppose what is the growth rate of the shares in IPO on an average, weighted average, and the growth rate of ICOs? That is a trend analysis graph. So you verify. Then you will know which is the best one, which is the return on investment is more. Then you take a call. The present IPOs, whatever IPOs are there in India, and whatever the ICOs are there, you compare that one. Data is available, and that Bitcoin exchange rates are available. The cryptocurrency exchange rates are available in IPO also. That BSC or NSC, the data is available. Compare that one. Take a decision whether which is the best for investment.
What is the mechanism of valuation of crypto and how the price of crypto is determined other than the demand and supply?
It depends upon the product. Normally, for every script or investment, fundamental analysis and technical analysis are there. Fundamental analysis means about the company performance, about the directors, about the growth rate of the sales, about the product, about where people are preferring that product or not, how much market penetration, all these things are fundamental analysis. At the same time, technical analysis also. The same logic is useful here also, other than demand and supply.
And Mr. How can a cryptocurrency fail? Fail. How can a cryptocurrency fail?
Actually, cryptocurrency is a digital currency. The Bitcoin or Ethereum or Tejos, all are different Bitcoin companies. So the Bitcoin is nothing but a digital currency. Digital currency. Under that, various both are Bitcoin is the name, the digital currency. Under that, these are the various types of companies they are developing or they are floating that particular coins.
Thank you so much. So we have completed this question and answer session. Thank you so much, sir. So now I would request CME Divendra Roy, our additional director and HOD of the BFSI board, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Indrakshi. I think today we had a nice session of this. Everybody knew that IPO, but today we also know initial coin offering, and we thank wholeheartedly our always our support and think tank CMA Dr. P. Sivarama Prasad sir for being today's speaker on this topic of IPOs versus ICOs. We also thank CMA Vibhushan Nayak, President ICMA, and CMA TCA Srinivasa Prasad, Vice President ICMA, for their continuous support and encouragement to conduct various webinars. We also thank our Chairman CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay, our BFSI board chairman, and also other board members for their continuous guidance for various activities undertaken by the department. We thank our IT department, CPT department, and other departments for enabling today's webinar. We also thank our BFSI team members who has helped each other to materialize this event. Just two announcements: our next batch of certificate course on Treasury and International Banking is starting from 16th March, and the last date of admission is 15th March. So we request all the interested participants to take admission for this course, which is now will be conducted in the new syllabus. And we also have an international webinar which is coming on 21st March on the topic of cyber threats and financial frauds in the digital age, strengthening cyber resilience in BFSI and beyond, which would be conducted in association with LOCCA UK, which is our UK Overseas Center. CMA Udayan Go would be the moderator, with Secretary of LOCCA UK, and two speakers, Andy Bates, who is a cyber security expert, and Simon Clayton Mitchell, who is also a technological advisor and cybersecurity expert, would be taking the session. And we request all the participants to join 4 p.m. Indian Standard Time on 21st March. With these two announcements, we thank everybody. And with this, we close today's session. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm closing.